Hello, my name is Noah Yo, and I'm in ninth grade. And my topic is about unification of two Koreas. And the title is Asian Highway. J.K. Rowling said, "We are only strong as we are united, as weak as we are divided." I like to go on a trip, and I like to sit on a passenger seat where I can see everything in front of me. On the way from Seoul to Daegu, there is a billboard called Asian Highway which will connect from Busan to Turkey when the route crossing all over the countries are allowed to be connected. My trip on Asian Highway was farthest up to Paju and down to Busan. It is the longest highway stretched from the farthest north to farthest southeast of South Korea. When you arrive at the farthest north, Paju Tongil-ro, there is a detour barrier on a road where we can never go any farther than that. Since our nation had a big war over two ideology, we can never go over the barrier before the nation unifies. I lived most of my life in Seoul, the most populated city in South Korea. The river and the lights of skyscrapers at night always look the prettiest above all. There are market spots in local communities where also represent a part of Seoul. Seoul is a spot where many people from many different regions come to live. So when you walk on the street, you can hear a lot of different dialects that you never heard about. Also, elders from different regions often have their meeting in their town. We see a lot of elders who came from northern part of Korea before the Korean War. When I had volunteered for elders in community, I was told the story of how they got here during the war. On the way to Seoul, there was a nice pavement that crossed all over the country. However, it took them 40 days to reach from the northern region to Seoul. Seoul was soon devastated by Chinese communists and they had to leave Seoul again until it regained Seoul. Seoul had started losing everything. People had lived in temporary residential places called Panjachon to go to work. They had hard work every day, and it helped to reconstruct Seoul. After a few decades, Seoul became one of the biggest 7 cities in the world. The elders had hard work for a better tomorrow. They looked like heroes from Marvel to me. I found that we need reunification as long as we are the members of the Korean Peninsula. For the elders who had devoted to our country should be rewarded too. Also, as children of Korea, we have duties for repaying to that hard work they had. From Seoul to Pyongyang, the capital of both countries are closer than from Seoul to Busan. Also, people in 1990s sang a song called Seoul to Pyongyang by Taxi. The lyrics says it takes only 50,000 won to get there by taxi. Seoul and Pyongyang are similar in some respects. They are both capital of countries and have rivers respectively called Hangang and Taedonggang, crossing the middle of the city. I often wonder how they live in Pyongyang and often watch clips on YouTube. Young foreigners visiting Pyongyang. It is allowed for foreigners except South Koreans to visit North Korea. When I watch people on TV show, foreign hosts telling the latest issues in Pyongyang, sound fresh but often awkward to listen to them. I hope we could tell their stories. My dream is to learn more about the issues between both countries and the solutions that we can solve to step forward to the reunification. It's been around 70 years since we have been separated into two countries. However, our history as a whole country has been for thousands of years. We don't merely have similar skin tone, eyes, and all that appearances, but we have once dreamed to be free from Japan and had that dream come true. Also, we had protected Hango from being removed. Seoul to Pyongyang may take more than 50,000 won nowadays, but we will be glad to pay 100,000 or a billion to take us there someday by the path of Asian highway beyond the barrier. Our current identity is active and passionate Koreans who will still have the mission to someday be called Korean without South or North. Thank you for listening.